Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Cosmic Culture, the channel where we talk about all major movie and television news, theories, breakdowns, and much, much more. I'm Chris, and today we finally have some MonsterVerse news for you guys. It kind of fell away after Godzilla vs. Kong came out, and all of the questions we as fans had regarding the future of the franchise were left ignored. Now, there really was no definite idea as to whether or not they were continuing with this huge MonsterVerse scheme after the events of Godzilla vs. Kong, because we had zero confirmation of any such ideas, no release schedule, no slate for future movies, but I think most of us assumed we would be getting more. Now we have a huge tease from the writer of Godzilla vs. Kong, Max Borenstein, who talked to Screen Rant about any possible future projects, and although he tried to be underhanded and a little sneaky, and didn't give us any direct movie titles or ideas, it sounds like we will be getting more for sure. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, guys. Talking about all major movie and television news here, posting daily, so turn on the notification bell as well so you don't miss any of the awesome content we do have going out. Also, take a moment to comment down below and let me know what you would like to see in the continuation of the MonsterVerse. Personally, I would love to see the next movie focusing on Kong becoming King Kong down in Hollow Earth that we got a really cool look at in Godzilla vs. Kong. And on that note, there are so many awesome options and directions that they really can go over at Legendary or Warner Brothers in order to continue creating a really fun and collective MonsterVerse, which I think is the most fun for everybody. And up to this point, they have done a good job connecting those films, which we've seen from other franchises isn't always necessarily easy. But following the MCU model of creating gigantic cinematic universes, the MonsterVerse is actually doing a very, very good job of including details and facts that show up in other later films, or things that happened in prior movies having an effect on things that are going to happen in new movies, and that continuing on, which makes it very exciting when we are now hearing from writer Max Borenstein all the things he had to say to Screen Rant, which was as follows. I've heard some exciting things that are happening that I can't divulge. They have a great handle on things there, and I certainly have thoughts, and I'm always excited when I get involved in them. I think it is in good hands, and with the success of Godzilla vs. Kong, there will be some new, interesting installments coming. Without being able to say any of that officially, you can look at the fact that the film performed and people really responded to it. I think it was really wonderful timing for the people to have that towards the end of that surge in the pandemic. People really felt eager to see something that was fun and joyful in the cinema, and it was really exciting to have our movie be that movie. That's the full quote coming from the writer of Godzilla vs. Kong, and there is a ton of excitement in his countenance here. You can really tell, even just by reading it, that he really loves the direction that the MonsterVerse is heading. It sounds like he's going to be involved moving forward, and even though he couldn't officially tell us what they're doing, or even officially that they're doing something, there clearly are a lot of scourges and ideas coming from that side of the franchise. I can't wait to hear exactly what it is we'll be getting, and then of course the anticipation of waiting for that film is always one that's going to build up. If you guys remember Godzilla vs. Kong, we waited for the trailer forever. Yes, even longer than we are currently waiting for the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. It took years for that to come out because there were an abundance of delays and pushbacks for the film, not only surrounded by COVID, but other issues that they were having. Then we finally did get the trailer. We were all very excited. The movie came out. It was an all-around blast. It was one of my favorite watch parties on the channel that we did, and the MonsterVerse does open a very, very fun community that I think has the legs to go the distance. Now, moving forward, we have gotten a lot of Godzilla, and although it could definitely be argued he is the pinnacle monster of the MonsterVerse, the one everybody knows the best, they now have an opportunity to diverge into a different direction and highlight and introduce different monsters that may be less known or not known really at all by the general public, and then of course get into that deep lore of the MonsterVerse. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I would love to see more of Hollow Earth, maybe more of Kong really realizing all of his potential down there. Like they said in the film, we're going to take you to see your family, and although that necessarily wasn't true, there is some truth to it. and maybe we'll even get Son of Kong or some other really cool storyline as other monsters are introduced from Hollow Earth. But let me know what you guys think about this in the comments section down below. Like I said, what would you love to see coming from the MonsterVerse? Which monsters would you love to see introduced? Or what other storylines that you're already aware of would you love to have them adapt into this giant cinematic MonsterVerse? Thank you guys so much for watching till the very end of the video. If you found it helpful, useful, or entertaining, be sure to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one right here on Cosmic Culture.